I'm going to talk about how Aphra Behn portrays certain characters in the Rover. First of all, how does Aphra Behn portray the Rake in this play? I think it's important to note that she can't overly criticize men in this society since they're notoriously rakish themselves and they hold all the power. She did a nice job creating several different male characters, which probably aided in criticizing some of the men without being too harsh. Surely the audience would have seen themselves in some of the characters, yet they could probably laugh at some of the others. For instance, it's obvious that Wilmore is the charismatic, promiscuous rake, and he's genuinely likable. And he flirts constantly with every woman around, but he finally settles down with Helena, which maybe the audience wouldn't have enjoyed. But he's careful. Behn is careful to allow him to describe the kind of woman he wants. He doesn't want a shy and demure woman that is boring. He wants someone just as adventurous and outspoken as he is. Belleville is an honest, kind, and emotional man, and this type of man is against type for what the nobles would have wanted to be, I would think. He's so utterly devoted to Florinda and marriage. What worked for him in this play, and possibly made him a sympathetic character to the men of this time period, is that he's also daring. He's macho enough to participate in a swashbuckling sword fight. He's strong enough to fight for a woman's honor. Also, Blunt and even Frederick, to a point, are so unlikable that even though they may be typical of the men in that time period, distrusting women, prone to sexual aggression, the audience might have felt that they could root for the good-hearted characters. As far as the female characters, Behn tried, and I think she succeeded, in making Florinda and Helena and Lucetta and Angelica strong women, but she was also careful not to make them too strong. Even though Florinda spoke her mind about not following her father's and Pedro's wishes for her marriage, she still technically was under their rule, and Behn didn't fight that too much. She still had to be saved continually, so the men were always looking like heroes, and Florinda still looked feminine enough. Angelica and Lucetta were incredibly strong, but Lucetta still had her male pimp. She wasn't in charge of herself completely. Lucetta would have satisfied the men of the day as being a scheming liar and someone you would only use for sex. Angelica would have been daring and fun to watch, but she's still the type of woman that the audience would have enjoyed seeing, and she still doesn't get to win in the end. Helena, while causing Wilmore to fall in love, which the audience might not have just been head over heels for, is a fun and exciting character, and her pureness would have made her desirable, along with the fact that she wants to be sexual, so they would have enjoyed that as an audience. And then I'm sure they enjoyed the moment of her dressing like a man because she would have had to wear breeches, and that would have made her desirable to the male audience. I think Behn did a good job balancing her characters to get her point across without being offending to the audience. I think she did a good job by keeping it humorous and making it a comedy. This way she wasn't overly preachy and she wouldn't have turned off the audience. Thank you.